All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be a recap for the week ending on November 13th, 2020. We're going to make this a quick one this week. Not a whole lot to add to what's been going on the last few months. Basically, I mean, we're obviously still seeing a lot of volatility. You've seen some of these pairs adding, or I'm sorry, taking away some strikes. So your strike ladder is getting a little bit wider than it normally is, which is fine, but nonetheless, the problem with that is you're not always going to get some really good premium. So when you're trying to trade it, when it does get wide like that, the key is that not to change your entry, but to go ahead and wait and see if you can get better premium. If you can't, you let the trade go. All right, and we did run into that several times this week to where it was a beautiful trade, but we just couldn't get any premium on it, and so you just have to let it go. But there's going to be times where if you can be patient and wait, and once it comes up to your entry point, you're able to get some really nice premium and go ahead and take the trade. So, the key is that when you're seeing these markets get really volatile, you will see Natick start to expand on their strike ladder. But don't let that concern you. Still go ahead and use the entry you're supposed to be using if you're doing it in the money or you're doing it out of the money. Don't start chasing it. If it starts going in your direction, you can't get in. Don't start jumping into a lower strike or higher strike, whatever the case may be. Just wait if it comes to your actual entry strike, and if it doesn't, you just let it go. You don't want to force a trade, okay? Particularly in the markets that we're seeing here. But I expect this thing to start calming down. I am starting to see some signs that things are starting to return back to normal. When that happens, you're going to see Natick go back to the original strike ladder that they normally, it's usually a 2-pip strike going into the afternoon and throughout the evening. So we like that because it gives us a lot more strikes and also the opportunity to pick up a lot better premium. So that being the case, still not a bad week overall. First trade of the day, all wins, 100% this week, which is good. I mean, the thing is with whenever I have a first trade, basically what happens is there are going to be situations where I'm going to have, say, the Aussie and the Euro may both come in at the same time, and I'm going to pick. It may be the Aussie, it may be the Euro. Sometimes I'll pick the Aussie and it'll win, or pick the Aussie and it will lose and the Euro will win. So, when it comes to the point when you're getting ready to make that first trade of the day, and mine is typically any time after 8 a.m. Central Time, what I'll do if I have two identical ones coming in at the same time, say I'm getting two shorts or I'm getting a short on the Aussie, maybe a buy on the Euro, I am going to look at some other things and make a decision which one I want to go with. But nonetheless, it doesn't happen all that often, but it does happen. So sometimes I could take the first trade of the day and I can win, and you can take the first trade of the day and maybe pick the Euro and lose. That's part of the game. But overall, it really doesn't matter long term, because remember, we're not looking at trading over a short period of time. We're here for the long haul. So you can't get caught up in, whether you had 2 losing trades during the week or 3 losing trades during the week. The thing is that it's all going to come out, and the percentages are very high. And that's the thing. We're trading percentages, folks. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for, are we going to have enough wins with good premium in order to make a profit? And the key is, even with that, I don't care, even if you have something that's 95% accurate, you're still going to have to adjust contract size, okay? Because we're trading binaries. There's always a trade-off between good premium, right, and a probability. So, unless we're trading CB where we can get both, we can get, high probabilities and great premium. When we're trading core, we still have to modify our account, our contract size. So don't think that you're going to be able to trade Natick binaries and trade on one lots and be profitable. You have to learn how to adjust size, and that's something that we teach you in our core classes, how to adjust size, when to adjust size. And there are opportunities, okay, and we show you where those opportunities are when you want to start adding size, okay? So that being the case, even if something's, like I said, 95% accurate, doesn't mean you're going to make money. you still have to be able to adjust your contract size. Okay, so but the thing is that overall we know we're going to be having more wins than losses, but doesn't mean that you're going to have the best premium. So sizes, contract size is going to be part of these higher percentages. So that being said, good week overall. You can see yen still tends to be the leader. That's what I've been focusing on. As you've known over the last several weeks, I've been trading a lot more of the US yen and the Aussie US, doing a little bit on the euro, very little, and then pretty much nothing on the pound US. Never been a favorite of mine. I stay away from the pound US unless it's a CB setup. That's a totally different approach, and I will take some CBs on the pound. But most of my trading overall is going to be on the US yen, the Aussie, and the euro. All right, CB this week, really good. Had a nice week. I had one day where I was down on Wednesday. I really wasn't trading that much on Wednesday, only because that's typically a day where it's called solo day. I don't really focus that much on trading. It's kind of a day where I take off, but I did make some early morning trades. And actually I was up, I got a little aggressive, I went down and I just pretty much stopped. I didn't take a whole lot of trades that day. I didn't trade into the afternoon and I didn't trade into the evening, but nonetheless it is what it is. But then typically when I have a day like that, I come back on Thursday. Thursday was just everything was kicking, whether it be the core or the CB. All the trades were hitting, and as I mentioned, and I mentioned this in our live chat room, those are the days you want to start to get aggressive and hit it. There are going to be times when no matter everything you do is going to be a winner. These patterns will go into these just super long cycles. It's just win after win after win, and you can see it in the market action. And when that's the case, you want to hit a little bit harder, and that's really what I did on Thursday, and just had probably one of the best days I think I've had all year. That's definitely up there. Friday, once again, typical Friday. Actually, Friday was pretty good, but I was a lot more cautious, particularly after coming off of a really good Thursday. What I found is when I have a really strong day, the next day it can be choppy, or I can start giving back my profits. So I really tapered off, particularly at being a Friday. Fridays can be very iffy, but overall, actually, Friday did pretty good. I probably could have traded and done a lot better, but like I said, if I'm going to have a real good day on the prior day, then I'm going to be a lot more cautious. See, I think a lot of your newer traders, they have these awesome days and they think, oh my God, I found the Holy Grail, and they come in the next day and they trade the same way and they're aggressive and they end up blowing themselves out because they don't understand the fact that the market kind of cycles between, really good market flow and not so good market flow. And that's the key. You have to understand market flow. And if you don't understand market flow, I don't care how good a setup you have. I don't care how good of a method you have. If you don't understand market flow, particularly for the pair that you're trading, then you're not going to be a successful trader, because every market has its own kind of own personality in the way that it flows. And you'll feel that, but the only way to feel that and get in tune with that is screen time. And when I say screen time, that means sitting in front of your screen, coming into the live chat room and trading with us and understanding that flow. All right, you're not going to be able to. You can't be what I call a hobbyist, where you're going to come in and trade once or twice a week, or maybe put in 30 minutes a day. I'm not going to do it, folks, and I'm just going to be honest with you. You're not going to be a successful trader unless you're in the flow every day. I can tell you, after 40 years of trading, I could take a week off for a vacation, come back, I'm rusty. I've got to get back into the flow of what that market's doing right then and there, because it goes through cycles, it has different flows. So, if what it did last week, I take a week off, doesn't mean it's going to be the same way this week. So I have to kind of take some time, get back in the flow, get back into the rhythm before I start trading again. And so don't think that you can step away from this and just come back in 6 months or a week later and all of a sudden you're just going to pick it up and start going. And that's just not the way it works, okay? This is the reality. I don't care what the advertisers out there and market, all these people selling all these systems, everything tell you. It's not true. I'm telling you the truth. Thing is that this takes dedication. You're not going to make money consistently if you're going to be, quote, what I call hobbyist. This is like any other business. You want to get paid well, you got to put the time into it. All right. If you want to be just get paid very minimal, if anything at all, then don't put time into it. It's all up to you. How much you put into this is what you're going to get out of it. Okay, this is a life for me. I do this, God, probably 15 hours a day at least, every single day. On the weekends, I'm typically studying, so it never ends. It's a never-ending process, all right? If you're not willing to do that, you don't need to be trading. And whether that be in stocks, commodities, or anything else, it's the same with everything, because I've traded everything, and it's the same with everything. So whether it be Nadex or trading commodities or penny stocks, it's all the same. You've got to be willing to put time into it, and don't be a hobbyist. Hobbyists don't make money. All right. That being said, still a great week overall with CBs. That is pretty much my focus when I'm trading during the week. I will take some PAP setups. I will take some course setups here and there, but the majority of it is going to be with the CB setups, which is, that is my bread and butter, and that is my love. CB is my love because I can trade so deep out of the money, and I don't have to take a whole lot of risk on my trades, and I can do some really creative things with my contract size. So anyway, that being said, that's going to be pretty much it for this week. I would continue to focus on, if you're trading 5 minutes, which I recommend, I think that's the only place to be on these short-term binaries. They're a lot easier to predict market movement and easier to predict where it's going. I would continue to focus on the US yen, and I would never go out more than 2 pairs. So if you do US yen, you can pick Aussie US or Euro US. But if you only have a small account, focus on the US yen. Understand its personality. They're all a little bit different, but it's been hitting percentage-wise, and that's where I would focus my attention. So that's it. I hope everybody have a great trading week. If you have any questions, you can always go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Shoot me an email. Also, if you like these videos, please subscribe, and also give me a thumbs up. That would help and let me know that you want me to continue to do these videos. Besides that, have a great week, and we will see you next week with our next weekly update. Take care.